If you're looking for the best real estate agent in Guelph, you're probably looking at Google reviews, websites, and maybe even advertisements around town. Now, the truth of the matter, a lot of buyers don't realize is an average buyer agent and a great buyer agent can save you tens of thousands of dollars. So in this video, I'm going to dive into that as to how to find your perfect real estate agent. I'm Scott Poland with Chestnut Park, and let's get into it. So the first I want to talk about is local market knowledge. Now, this is very, very important that your agent understands the local market, the area you're looking, because it's absolutely critical, because we've seen so many mistakes over the years of someone using an agent that does not understand the Guelph real estate market, and they significantly overpay for a home. Not only just in the competition, even overpriced homes would get an offer from an out-of-town agent and drive up that price in that neighborhood for all the other buyers. So it is critical that your agent understands the local market. It's not only that part, it's also like the development that's happening, because I've also seen homes being sold and that buyer didn't understand that there was a massive development happening in the backyard over the next couple of years, which would drastically change the value of that home and that buyer's enjoyment of their new home. So it's critical to look for that agent that's local. There's lots of us here. It's probably pretty hard to go through who to choose, but it's important that you choose someone local to the area. So the next I want to talk about is negotiating skills. Now this comes down to agent to agent. We used to sit with the seller and the agent as well to talk about why our price is where it's at, explain who our buyers are, things like that. You want an agent that's really, really good at discussing the value of the offer and why you determine that number, and they need to be able to sell that to the listing agent as well as the seller. So you want someone that's got strong negotiating skills, not only to do with price. Of course, price is typically the number one thing that we go back and forth, but also like closing date conditions, making sure the right clauses are in there to protect you as a buyer on your next home. So you want to make sure you have someone that's there to protect you, making sure your interests are protected at all costs, and they're really good at getting their message through to that selling agent as well as the sellers. So my third point is just guidance through the process. Like, you need someone that's going to explain the whole process to you, especially first-time home buyers. You want to make sure you understand the whole buying process. If you've done it a few times, that's one thing, but the market does change drastically. It has changed drastically over the last 5 years, but you want to make sure you're working with an agent that's going to explain everything step by step. Make sure they're answering your phone calls, text message, emails promptly, and making sure you're getting the answers that you need so you fully understand the process from start to finish. Now, they will also guide you. If you come to the agent after you've done your pre-approval, you've already got that sorted out, which is fantastic. They can guide you with home inspectors, lawyers, insurance companies. They're going to deal with the deadlines and paperwork and make sure that is moving along smoothly. So just make sure you're comfortable with this agent, and you'll be able to tell fairly quickly when you start working with someone how they're going to work. And I'll give you an example. I had to compete for a buyer. They interviewed a bunch of agents, and this is not impressive, but I literally had a presentation and then I was making notes as the person was talking, and I was the only agent out of 5 that did that. So you'll be able to tell very quickly if you're going to connect with that agent or not. And then the last thing I want to talk about is communication. This is a huge complaint for both buyers and sellers. So from the buying standpoint, you've met with the agent, they get a search set up for you, which is auto sent to you. Don't think that it's not auto sent. It is. I get the same email that you see, but that new listing gets sent to you automatically. Now, a huge complaint from buyers is I'm always the one that has to reach out to the agent to book the showing, and the agent's not doing that for me. So you want to make sure the lines of communication are open. One thing that we find very helpful with our team is we actually set up a group WhatsApp chat with the 2 agents that are involved with the buyer as well as the buyers. So it actually keeps communication rolling pretty smooth. And then everyone's always on the same page because that's how we communicate. So making sure lines of communication are always open and you have a full understanding of the process, as well as strong negotiating skills. So these are all the things that I want you to look for when interviewing your buyer agent. Now, you don't have to interview. Oftentimes people go to friends, family, neighbors, and find out who they worked with, and referrals are typically how Jess and I get all of our business. So you need to find someone that, say your friend, because you're like-minded, you're probably going to work well with their agent that they use as long as they were happy. So All of that wrapped into one. There's a lot of number ones out there. There's a lot of advertisements out there, and there's a lot of sponsored ads online. But you need to find the person that connects with you, because you are going to be in this relationship. It could be a very short period of time, or it's going to be a long, long process to find that next house. But our relationships don't end on closing. We are there for our clients because it's your largest asset, and we are going to treat it like a financial advisor would, updating you on your home. And that's the type of communication you deserve when you buy your home. If you have any questions for our team, reach out anytime, comment here, send us an email, text. We're happy to guide you through the process should you want to work with us. Thanks.